February 2026 sent a jolt through retirement accounts across the country. Overnight, a tiny group of tech giants came to dominate the market like never before, making up an enormous share of the S&P 500. Suddenly, what felt like a safe, steady nest egg looked fragile, like one wrong move could wipe out years of planning. Financial headlines lit up with warnings. Advisors, newsletters, and online experts all started pushing the same message: brace for a crash, rebalance immediately, protect your money at any cost. Fear was everywhere. But here's the twist almost no one talks about. The market isn't the real threat. The danger comes from how people respond when fear takes over. And the retirees who truly sleep well through market swings aren't the ones panicking. They're the ones who understand the game is about strategy, not headlines. Once that headline hit, panic didn't stay online. It spilled into living rooms, kitchens, and retiree communities everywhere. People stared at their screens as a few tech giants carried an outsized portion of their portfolios. Every swing in the market felt magnified. Every new article felt like a personal alarm bell. Social media exploded with speculation, everyone sharing tips, fears, and urgent advice. It wasn't the first time retirees felt this way. Think back to the tech bubble at the turn of the millennium, the 2008 financial crisis, or the COVID-driven market swings in 2020. Each time, headlines screamed disaster, and people reacted as if the world was ending. And the consequences were real. Retirees who had spent decades building security found themselves lying awake at night, imagining their savings evaporating. Some made knee-jerk moves, selling off stocks in fear, switching accounts to cash, or chasing so-called safe havens, only to look back months later and see their choices had cost them far more than the market ever could. But here's the part almost no one sees. Just because the headlines predict a crash doesn't mean it will happen, or at least not the way people imagine. Market dips are normal, and history shows that even when volatility spikes, retirement accounts don't automatically collapse. The real danger isn't the market itself, it's how people react when fear takes hold. Panic selling, shifting to cash at the wrong time, chasing headlines, these are the moves that turn temporary drops into lasting losses. Think of it like a storm. The rain alone doesn't flood the house. It's leaving the windows open in the middle of the downpour that causes real damage. Investors who stick to a disciplined plan, who resist the urge to act on every headline, end up weathering the storm without losing ground. That's the psychological trap most retirees fall into, confusing market noise with real danger and letting emotion dictate their decisions. Look at the numbers. Over the past several decades, the market has hit extreme concentration more than a few times. Every time, the outcomes were different. Sometimes it fell, sometimes it climbed. Yet most investors react the same way: panic. Take two approaches. One investor checks headlines daily, sells at the first sign of trouble, and waits for certainty. The other keeps investing, stays disciplined, and ignores the noise. History shows the disciplined investor almost always ends up ahead. Think of investing like a fire drill. Most people practice running for the door the moment they see smoke. But the real test isn't escaping panic, it's knowing how to stay put when it matters. Missing the market's best days? That alone could slash decades of returns by nearly half. The lesson is clear. Fear-driven actions, not the market itself, are what cause real damage.
Meet Panic Pete and Steady Sam. Pete reads every headline, sells during every dip, and spends months waiting for the perfect moment to return. Sam keeps investing, ignores the chaos, and lets time do the work. Fast forward a few years, Sam is miles ahead, while Pete is still trying to catch up. Even Buffett played it this way. During the tech bubble, everyone chased flashy stocks while he stuck to boring companies, railroads, insurance, utilities. When the crash came, his portfolio barely blinked while the hype chasers learned a costly lesson. It's a little funny, really. watching friends panic over a 10% dip while Sam quietly grows his wealth. It's like watching someone sprint in a sprinkler thinking they're escaping a flood. So what separates retirees who sleep well from those who lose nights over every headline? 3 simple but powerful habits. First, stop checking your account every time the market wiggles. Research shows the more often you track losses, the more painful they feel, and the more likely you are to act on emotion. Step back. Focus on decades, not days. Second, build a portfolio that works even when the news is scary. Think boring, cash-generating investments, index funds, dividend-paying companies, businesses that keep churning profits regardless of hype. You don't need the next Tesla to retire comfortably. Third, pre-commit to doing nothing. Literally write down a plan for the next market swing. When the market drops 20%, do nothing. When it drops 30%, add more. Having a written rule stops panic before it can take over, just like tying yourself to the mast to resist the sirens. Here's the truth. Market swings will always happen. It's part of the game. But your results aren't set by headlines or fear. They're shaped by how you respond. Zoom out. Focus on decades, not daily drops. Retirees who keep their cool, stick to their plan, and ignore the noise almost always come out ahead. Emotional control isn't optional. It's the real secret to long-term financial success. If you want a clearer picture of how your retirement plan could perform, try the early retirement calculator I built. It crunches the numbers using real market logic, so you focus on strategy, not daily ups and downs. And if you found this video helpful, hit subscribe. Staying informed the smart way is better than reacting to every headline, and it's the first step towards stress-free investing. Picture this. While the market jitters, headlines scream, and everyone else is panicking, you're calmly checking your email in the morning, your portfolio quietly working for you. No sleepless nights, no impulsive moves, just steady progress. That's the power of preparation and discipline. Markets will always shift, but fear doesn't have to control you. Plan, stay consistent, and let time do its work. When everyone else reacts, you act with purpose, and that's what builds real financial peace.